So, can you please give me some feedback on my magazine for my A2 coursework, please?
Yeah. With the front page of the magazine, the picture is very catchy. It's very eye-catching. The sort of the layout of the magazine is very professional. It almost looks as if it should be in a newsagent sort of thing. And there's anything that I think works really well is the Facebook and the Twitter thing. I think that's a really effective thing, and it looks that you've looked into it in detail.
So can you please tell me what you think of my official magazine double-page spread?
In terms of the text, I think this font for the introduction here works really well because it's quite slick, almost a bit like Vogue, which goes quite well with the sort of stylish photography in it. The red in text works really well with the sort of beige background. This font looks really well with the pull quote also.
So can you please give me some feedback on my A2 Media Coursework magazine, please?
I really like the way that the colours work together and how they complement each other, because you've used the text really well, and just the layout of the whole actual magazine just looks really good and looks professional, and you can definitely see that there's a target age group, like a young adult, 16 plus kind of age. I really like it. It's really
Thank you very much. Can you give us some feedback on the contents page, please?
Yeah, the contents page is really professional. You've got all the page numbers, the sort of contents about what the page is about, pictures of the team magazine, and you've got pictures that interlink within what the contents is actually about. The contents page is nothing I can fault. It looks really, really professional. I suppose if there's anything that I would change about the contents, maybe make it another double spread, but the contents page is absolutely perfect.
I'm not keen on this. I think the gaps between the lines of text are far too big, and it's just too plain. I don't like the curved text box. It works well here, but it's very sort of dull, and I think personally that spoils it. I don't like the red subheading there going over because that looks sort of as if it looks quite sloppy. So I think this is excellent in its layout, its use of colour, the whole sort of coordinating the red with the red clothing. But this I think needs to be changed because that lets it down.
So can you please give me some feedback on my magazine for my A2 coursework?
I think the double page is really good and it's set out really well. I think the colours suit the whole idea and theme of it, and I think the front cover is really good as well. It's bright and colourful and it attracts you.
What target audience do you think it's aiming to?
The younger audience, definitely teenagers or early 20s.
The only thing I would change about the front cover would be the sort of this little bit here. I think that kind of takes the stylised view away from it. But apart from that, the front page is really eye-catching, and it looks really professional. You've got everything on there. You've got the issue number, barcode, website, the Facebook and the Twitter links. So it's really, really good.
I would still go for a text box, but you might maybe need to make it a little bit more eye-catching by maybe having bullet points about the things that you didn't know, and actually having a bullet point or a little star bullet point. I think that would work much better.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right.
For the actual the main double spread, it looks genuinely like a professional thing. You've got the quotes here, the sort of big quotes, the nice writing across the top. The use of reds again looks really, really good, and the way the writing goes around, it looks almost as if it's been professionally edited. So it's really, really good.
So can you please give me some feedback on my media magazine coursework, please?
I like the little detailing that you included in it with the Facebook and Twitter and the little barcode, because many people will miss that out, so it's good that you've included it into it.
What about the layout and the colour schemes?
I like how the colours complement each other, and it's really eye-catching and it catches your attention as soon as you look at the front cover, which engage you to go on and read inside the magazine.
So what target audience do you think it's promoting to?
I'd say 16 upwards to about early 20s sort of age, because all the content goes well with that sort of age.
What target audience do you think it's promoting?
I suppose I'd say anyone between 16 upwards, I'd say, that's, I suppose, interested in fashion of Peterborough, what's going on in Peterborough. So anyone that reads magazines and is interested in what's going on.